The power of silence. How a man's withdrawal reveals a woman's true intentions. Let's be honest. Most good men have been conditioned to believe that if they want a woman's attention, they must pursue her relentlessly. That means texting first, calling often, keeping the conversation alive, and essentially carrying the emotional labor of the connection. But what if that belief is wrong? What if, instead of chasing, a man simply pulls back? What happens when a man stops texting, goes silent, disengages? Contrary to popular belief, it doesn't signal defeat, it reveals the truth. When a man withdraws his attention, a woman's authentic emotional response surfaces. And in that silence, the dynamic shifts. This article explores the detailed psychology behind a woman's reactions when you stop chasing and reveals how silence isn't weakness, it's leverage. Silence isn't defeat, it's a psychological trigger. Most men associate silence with loss. They believe that if they stop initiating, a woman will simply forget them and move on. But that assumption completely misunderstands female psychology. In reality, when you go silent, her mind doesn't shut off, it spirals. She starts to analyze your absence, replay past interactions, and question her standing with you. This obsessive curiosity is not conscious, it's emotional. Key concept: a woman's emotional brain responds to contrast. The sudden loss of your attention creates a void that triggers her emotional tension, not closure. Her reactions reveal her true intentions. The power of silence is that it forces clarity. You stop speaking, and she starts showing. Not with words, but with behavior. Does she reach out? Test you? Spy on your social media? These aren't coincidences. They're windows into her emotional investment. If she doesn't care, she disappears. But if she does, she investigates. This is how you discover whether she valued you or merely the attention you provided. Distance builds desire. Silence creates mystery. Men often think consistency builds attraction. But in romance, it's actually emotional contrast that creates desire. A man who knows when to lean in and when to pull back creates intrigue. Silence isn't passive. It's active restraint. And when used correctly, it stirs deep, primal curiosity. Women are biologically wired to notice shifts in emotional patterns. When you withdraw, her subconscious asks, "What changed? Is he over me? Did I lose him? Was I not enough?" These questions create internal dissonance, a powerful driver of emotional attachment. She begins watching you, even if she says nothing. The first silent response from most women? Surveillance. She becomes a ghost viewer, checking your Instagram story, reading captions, inspecting photos. She doesn't interact, but she observes everything, especially if you used to initiate regularly. Social media becomes her emotional tracking device. She zooms into group pictures, studies who you're with, and reads between the lines of every quote you post. The silence turns you into a mystery, and mystery breeds obsession. She sends a random text, but it's actually a test. Eventually, silence becomes unbearable, and she cracks. She may send a "hey" out of nowhere. A vague question like, "Do you still go to that coffee shop?" A meme A casual check-in. You've been busy lately? Don't be fooled. These are emotional probes, not genuine conversations. She wants to see if she still has access to your attention without risking vulnerability. If you jump back in eagerly, you've failed the test. She now knows you're still available, without her needing to offer anything in return. The correct response? Low effort, neutral, indifferent. Example: all good, hope you're well. When you remain calm, detached, and emotionally centered, you flip the dynamic. You become the one who must be earned, not the one who can be summoned at will. She posts to trigger a reaction, don't give her one. When she doesn't get a direct response, she goes indirect, broadcast mode. Her social media lights up with selfies, cryptic quotes like, "Don't chase what's not meant for you." Stories showing her laughing with friends or being surrounded by men. This is not confidence. It's calculated performance. She wants you to bite, to watch, to validate. The moment you like or comment, she wins. Her ego is reassured. But when you stay silent, when she notices you're not watching, liking, or reacting, you become the emotional question she can't answer. You shift from the guy who chased to the man she can't figure out. She pretends not to care, but it's just an act. You might notice her acting completely unaffected. No messages, no signs. Just calm, happy posts. You begin to think, she's really moved on. But here's the truth. People who are truly over you don't need to prove it. Fake indifference is often louder than real detachment. The effort she puts into showing she's unbothered is evidence that she still is. Real peace doesn't need performance. It just disappears. If she's posting more, talking more, looking unshaken, it's likely a test. She's wondering, will he break first? Will he text me to ask what's wrong? Most men fold here. They get anxious, overthink, and reach out. And that confirms to her she still has control. She tries to make you jealous, stay grounded. Jealousy is one of the oldest manipulation tactics. If your silence rattles her, she may subtly reference other men. This guy at work is hilarious. A friend from the gym reminds me of you. Or she posts a picture with another guy, hand on shoulder, vague. Caption: new energy only. It's bait. She wants to see if you'll react. If you respond with jealousy, sarcasm, or questions, she wins. Real strength? Ignore it. Do nothing. Because if she were truly moving on with someone else, she wouldn't tell you, she'd disappear. The fact that she's announcing it is proof it's not real. Eventually, she comes back, but on her terms. When none of her emotional tactics work, she reappears. Subtly. Carefully. A story reply. A mistaken message. A casual "hey, stranger." But notice something. It's not a confession. It's not vulnerability. It's still a test. Don't celebrate her return. Evaluate it. Ask yourself, is she coming back with genuine effort? Or is she just reasserting control? The goal is not to get her back, it's to maintain your emotional frame. Only when she returns with real energy consistent vulnerability, and genuine respect should you consider engagement. Conclusion. Silence is emotional intelligence. When a man stops chasing, he doesn't lose a woman, he discovers her truth. If she valued you, she leans in. If she only valued your attention, she fades out. Your silence reveals the difference. This isn't about manipulation. It's about leadership, emotional control, presence, self-worth. And once you master this, you become the kind of man women don't just want, but respect. Because attention is cheap, but silence is power.